talking about your gym, so Dungeon bodybuilding gym, you said originally just for you.
Yeah, so it was me training in COVID in my small 50 square meter. So I used to call it the dungeon. I used to get my friends, like close friends, hey, you want to come train at my house? It's a very small place. And then by time my friend was like, hey bro, why not make a big gym? I'm like, no, the capital is too big. I have to spend a lot. I'm fine. I'm enjoying this. And he was like, trust me, you'll do good. Because I used to hear numbers like 3 million, 4 million to make a gym. Like what? That's too much on me I was 24 years old. So. Then by time I was like, okay, let me make up my mind, find a warehouse and do something for us. I'll make them pay, but it's just for us, like my clients, and just a private thing. And then the moment we opened, the people around me, they were not as much. I was like, you're not even covering the revenue. I was like, okay, let's just make it public. When I made it public, then things slowly started getting better. And then I have 2 licenses in my gym. It's a physical academy, gym, like gymnastic, and it's a academic facility. So from that academic facility, I started doing the seminars, and then started getting the webinars and the workshops and stuff. That drove a lot of attention to the dungeon too. So it's not like any other typical gym, you know. It's like I'm trying to translate whatever I believe into that gym. And in terms of business, dungeon isn't like having a gym is not a good business, to be honest. Yeah, unless you're doing money laundry. That's another thing.
Well, that's something I see when we talk about UK gyms. I see that a lot, and it's like, I'll be careful what I say. You know that they, like, I see places like, you know, in business, right? When you run your business, like, this isn't profitable. Like, how is this? How have you got all this brand new equipment? Like there's like barely anyone here or any. And
yes,
you're like, but if you own your own gym, it's quite easy to be like, oh, we had 200 day passes today. Like, no one's really going to track that.
That's
and I think it's funny because when you're growing up and you're into fitness, one of the things like, oh, I always want to have my own gym. That's probably the least thing I would probably want in terms of like a headache from experience from friends who have gyms are like, I wouldn't do that.
Unless you're like a
you don't give a shit about money, right?
Yes, yeah. It's going to be something profitable by like next 10 years, maybe. Yeah. And it's a lot of headache unless you have a good team to manage everything for you. But it's another bonus point of having a gym. It's like your HQ, you know. You want to do meetings, it's there. You want to do seminars, it's there. You want to do podcasts, it's there. It's like my home, you know. And even people come to my gym, my friends, everyone, they just chill around. Like, they don't even train. They get 5 guys and sit upstairs and start eating and chatting and watching World Cup, and you know. So it's like we call it Majlis in Dubai. It's like somewhere where we just sit and hang out.
Do you think that that's interesting that you mean hanging out, that bodybuilding and weight training is more popular because, say, like in Western culture, a lot of people end up drinking and doing things like that, perhaps?
I can say it's the same thing here. Yeah, there's a lot of bad habits we do also have, and bodybuilding takes us away from all of these bad habits. It's also drinking and going partying and stuff. Yeah, so even I was sitting with Luke, that's funny. I was sitting with Luke having Iranian food, kebab and stuff. So and then Luke said, I never drank, I think, for the last 20 years, and he never ate pork. Yeah. So I'm like, you're just missing to be Muslim. So that's in our religion, it's just there. But for them, like, see how bodybuilding is like, because we've seen how like the pork and let's say alcohol, something can be poisonous for the body. So whatever he is doing in terms of bodybuilding, keeping away from some bad habits. So that's the nice thing about bodybuilding. But some people can argue also, like, you guys take stuff that's unhealthy. But it's like Victor Black says this thing which I really like choose your poison. Like anabolics are bad, but at the same time like it can increase like hematocrit level and stuff, but at the same time smoking can do that too. So why do both, you know? Just do one. Same thing goes to alcohol. It's very stressful in your liver, and anabolics are stressful. Like choose one. For me, like, that's the best poison I've chosen so far. Yeah, I like anabolics. Make me a superhuman.